According to the National Golf Foundation in 2012, over 29 million people played golf that year, which equates to over 500 million rounds of golf being played and 8 billion shots off the tee. Of those 29 million golfers, 61% of them were over the age of 50, while 39% were under the age of 50. So whether you currently do golf or may become a golfer in the future, it's important to learn the techniques and fundamentals of driving the golf ball straight. I used to have problems driving off the tee, but I worked to learn the fundamentals to be able to drive the ball straight. You want to have a good approach and stance when hitting the golf ball, as well as use proper swing mechanics, and also work on some fundamental drills to help you hit the golf ball straight. So now going into the approach of the golf ball, you want to have your feet a little bit wider than your hips. With the driver being one of the biggest clubs in your bag, you want to have a wide base when swinging this club. You also want your feet to be a little bit open so you have free rotation of the hips when you're swinging. You also want your feet and your legs to be in line with your target right down the middle of the fairway, because a lot of people, when they know that they slice the ball, they'll try to aim left, but their body will still actually be aimed down the middle of the fairway. And when you open up your stance, it actually makes you slice the ball. Or if you have your left foot in front of your right foot, it'll actually make you hook the ball instead of trying to hit it down the middle. You also, when you're swinging, you want to bring, if you want to step back here, you want to bring your hand underneath the club instead of over the club, right here. Because if you see, if you bring your hand over the club, my shoulders are faced all the way to the left. But if I bring my hand underneath the club, my shoulders are right where I want to be. You also want your non-lead shoulder, or your shoulder farthest away from your target, to be a little bit lower than your front shoulder. And you also want to do this by bending at the hips, not bending your upper body. You want to bend with your hips and have your knees a little bit bent with your bringing your hand underneath the club. Now if you want to come back up here, now that you're ready to swing, you want to bring the club back low and slow. You don't want to jerk it up real fast, and you don't want to swing as hard as you can, because that'll actually make you lose distance and you'll probably slice the ball. So you want to bring it back low and slow. And according to Michael Breed on his show The Golf Fix on the Golf Channel, when you bring the club back, you want to have it in the square to close position, which is what I show right here. You don't want to bring it back and dip the club head down, or not bring it back far enough. You want to bring it back right here when you're swinging. Another thing, according to Michael Breed, is that when you're on your downswing, you want to lead with your hands and you want to create some lag. You don't just want to use all your arm. You want to create lag when you're coming down, and that'll create some wrist snap when you're swinging through. You also, on your follow through, you want to keep your head down, as in any sport, when hitting the ball. And when you follow through, you want to remain balanced with your non-lead foot as such. Now some drills that'll help you increase power and drive the ball straight is to lay a club down perpendicular to your body and hold the club up like this. And when driving the golf ball, you want to turn more than 90 degrees. So this club in my hands should turn more than 90 degrees from this club. Another drill, according to Michael Breed, is to wear a golf glove, put a card in your glove like this, and when you're swinging, to know that you're swinging right, if you look, going back to the square to close position, this card should stay just right on top of my watch. Now if I bend my wrist right away, you can see that the card goes down into my forearm. And if I don't go to the square to close position enough, the card's sticking up in the air, which means you're not going to hit the golf ball straight. So you want it square to close position, and the card will lay right on top. Going back, according to the article How to Hit the Golf Ball Straight from How to Be a Better Golfer, if you have a clothes hanger, when you go to your swing and end up in the square to close position, as you can see, the hook of this hanger is on my forearm. Now to create some better lag, as I said before, you want it, this hanger should drop in between your forearms. So when you're coming down, this will drop instead of staying on your forearm the entire time, which means you're only using your arm. Another drill that you can do is to place 2 tees on each side of the ball, if you want to show this. And if you're not hitting the ball straight, if your divot is off to the right, that means you're probably slicing the ball. And if your divot is going towards the left, it means you're probably hooking the ball. So now just if you want to step back here, just to show you what it all looks like. Want to have the proper stance, the ball in line with your left shoulder, your shoulder straight, bring the club back low and slow and follow through. And if you can see, that went straight. If you point it out there, it went straight right towards that telephone pole. So as I said before, one of the toughest parts of anybody's golf game is driving the ball. And a lot of times affects how the rest of their hole can go. So I challenge each and every one of you to either go out and work on these fundamentals and improve your driving game, or teach somebody else how to have a better driving game. Thank you.